Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode of the Choco-Bros. That is right, we're back. Back faster than ever. I know, you guys are like, we're getting like a episode a week? What is this craziness? Well, you would if Aggro would edit them on time. Jeez Louise. I'm joined by Aggro and Espy. That's right, I'm griefing Aggro this episode, not Espy. It's crazy. We're just crazy tonight.
Oh.
I'm glad it's not me.
Sad.
I'm sorry if my mic sounds different. I got a new mic, so we'll find out.
You sound beautiful. You sound
Do I?
beautiful.
Stop.
Like
Thank
I
you.
just wish you were right next to me right here. I just give you a nice smooch on the mouth right now.
Ooh, stop it.
But that is right. We're back. That means we have moved on from FF6. That game is behind us, and we are now on to the new trash that is FF7. But
Trash,
before
he
we get to that, we're going to talk about some FF news because some things have happened. If you guys don't know, we are recording this literally right after the state of play, the day after, actually. And so we got a little bit of news from that. Aggro, you want to take us down that wonderful, wonderful little journey?
Well, to be clear, in case you're listening to this in the future, after the normal state of play, where they announced the rebirth state of play, there'll be a FF7 rebirth themed state of play on February 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
So 5:30 my
where
time.
there will be certain things.
So do we know
Who
how long
knows
it's going to be?
No. Normally, when they're game-specific focus ones, they can be anywhere from like 15 to 25 minutes, I've seen.
Yeah.
I would guess closer to the 15.
I mean, I'm just scared.
we'll
I'm not
see.
gonna lie. For the people, I if you're spoiler heavy like Espy, I would advise you not to watch.
I will
what
be
I'm saying.
watching it.
We will be watching.
I just don't think you should watch it, Espy. You didn't watch for FF16. You watched
You're
legit
right.
like nothing. I think you shouldn't watch it.
Oh, he brings up a good point, Aggro.
You should watch it.
Oh, he brings up a good
They're
point.
They're going to
though.
thing is,
spoil
I-
everything.
Okay, the thing is, this is not the launch trailer. Launch trailer, don't watch. Anything after this, don't watch.
They're going to spoil
the-
something huge in this.
Here's the
aggro.
thing. Here's the thing. People, don't really think about it. But the things that like spoil people, like Square Enix, put out spoilery trailers all the time. But they always do it for the mass market trailers. The trailers that are gonna go on YouTube ads and Twitch streams and television. The stuff like a state of play that's made for like the fans who are watching, those they're kind of careful about. There'll be
Hmm.
some new thing we haven't seen before, but it's not going to be anything major.
You're gonna
I could be
finally
eating
get
my
to
words in a
see
week.
Cloud's penis.
That's true. I have insider info.
That's
the truth.
It's gonna
right
happen.
there.
It's gonna happen. All
What's-
19 inches of Sephiroth.
What's your insider info, Aggro?
My insider info is that we will get to see Cloud's penis.
Right, but like,
Just
oh,
like
sorry.
how Clive was gonna have sex.
Who's giving you your insider info?
Oh, I have.
Come on,
I have,
under NDA.
I have a.
Oh, he is under
I mean,
NDA.
I won't say anything, but I have a contact with a certain composer. Worked on all the Final Fantasy games.
Okay,
You-
that's
you-
that's all. That's
Good
all we're
friends.
getting. That's all we're getting. That's all we're
Good
getting.
friends.
Can't ask
You-
another question.
You and Nobu Uematsu.
I didn't say names. I never said that.
He leaked it.
I
never
think
said
I
that.
think you leaked it.
He leaked it.
Anyways,
But yes, the other two things. Well, one thing that happened is, the FF7 Rebirth was put up onto the PlayStation Store on the back end, as all games do ahead of release.
Yep.
And automatic bots, scrape the store, data to see what's added, and we know two things. One, FF7 Rebirth is 140 gigabytes.
dear gosh,
Sorry, 145.250 gigabytes.
that's ridiculous.
So yeah, it's an insanely huge game. I think that's I think the original was about 79 gigs, if I remember right.
Here, I can check like legit right now because I think I have.
That's
it
a
installed
very
on this
big
PC.
number.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's hear it.
We go to there. we
Drum
go.
roll.
FF7. 94.30.
Wow.
Okay, so it is roughly 50
But that's with
gigs
Intergrade.
larger.
That's with Intergrade.
It's a lot bigger, guys.
That's with Intergrade.
But-
So that's got to be with DLC too, because it says remake
So we-
Intergrade.
Yeah. So we know, and the PS5 upgrade. So we know that. The other thing, is there. By the time you're listening to this, you may already know. There will be a demo.
There will be a
True.
demo.
Yeah.
Like there's a demo up on the back end of the PSN store.
Which I
and
don't get,
you will-
but go off.
You don't get
and
what?
You will get the in-game item Kupo charm
Demos, you
for
know.
playing it.
You don't get demos?
What?
Demos I just don't understand.
Play the game.
Yeah, I
No,
know, but
so-
like, I don't care to play a demo before the game comes out, unless
Well, no,
it's like
so-
a rhythm game. That
I think we
makes
talked
sense.
about this yesterday. I think it was like, I don't know who I was talking about it, but it's more like, it's not for us. It's for the
It's for the
37-year-old.
people, yeah, the people
it's-
that don't really want to play, don't know if they want to spend the money to play the game.
It's a 37-year-old dad who played Final Fantasy VII as a kid, and he's like, "Oh wow, they're making a
As
new
for you're
one."
describing yourself.
I'm not 37 or a dad yet.
You're 37 in my heart.
Okay. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall. But
I
that's
mean,
about.
You're at least 5 years older than Mike, and we know Mike's 45. So
Why am I older than Mike?
I don't make the rules, man.
Obviously.
It's just obvious. You have a kid on the way. You have to be
I
at least 50.
I don't know.
And
what that
Mike's actually like
means.
75. So that means
I
you're
know-
like 80.
What? What are you talking about? Anyway, who cares?
Cool.
I'm getting old.
True. Unlike us, Swirls.
True, I'm young forever. You can't tell that.
Same.
I'm gonna
Except for some people
be
think I'm born in 1972,
forever
which
young.
is so stupid. Just kidding. It's not stupid. It's because my name is SwarlzBarkley 72. But
Well, yeah, State of Play. Tuesday, February 6th.
That's where we'll have
this
more
podcast
info,
should
but-
be up on the day before that.
do you think we'll have
So-
another podcast before FF7 Rebirth?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. At least one. We might be able to beat 7 before Rebirth comes out.
That'll be
If we-
cool.
If we go at fast pace. We'll see. We'll definitely get to the next podcast. It's
Yeah.
definitely it's a lot bigger, the next part that we're covering. We're going all the way to the end of disc 1, but it's still short enough that I think we'll get there.
Well, cool. So you'll be able
Mm-hmm.
to hear our takes, at least maybe some of Agro's if SB watches it. I won't
Mm-hmm.
be watching it because spoilers and all. But
And
that's not
we
because
will be
it's because I haven't played any of it. My goal is to not watch any of Rebirth. That's the goal.
Man, I'm thinking that. I was just talking to SB about how I'm thinking about, I don't know, because I'm trying to think of the practicality of it, of trying to go after this State of Play to just go full scale ignoring the internet, not going on Twitter, not going on YouTube or anything. And it sounds,
Easy.
good. It sounds easy, but then you think about it and I'm like, what am I going to do on my break at work?
True.
Yeah, it's
Just sit there for 40 minutes?
Yeah, you just got to sit there and enjoy it.
But I wanna mindlessly scroll Twitter.
I mean, that or you just block or mute everything FF7 or Final Fantasy altogether.
I will definitely do that either way. It's just, will that work? And will I be able to control myself? Will I have the self-control to not click on the spoiler link? I don't know.
I've got the self-control.
I have an itch. I need to know.
Yeah,
Wow,
you
I need
you
to
have a
know
sickness. That's what it sounds like.
now.
You just have a sickness. That's what it is.
I do. It's
It's
a
a
deadly
problem.
But
disease.
But
But that's the news.
that's all the news.
Back to
That's the news.
Okay. Well, if you guys can't tell by now, we've started FF7. And this is my first playthrough, but something we found out very early is that I had actually made it pretty far, but remembered pretty much nothing of it. So that's a good thing. But
Yeah, he had you had Kate Sith in your party.
yeah, which is I just remember he, she, they, we, them, what? It comes from Flying Saucer, right?
Yes.
Golden.
Yeah. Golden saucer.
No,
Eh,
flying
whatever.
golden.
Golden saucer. Got it.
No, flying golden.
Golden flying saucer.
Okay.
Anywho, so the first part here, we're just covering the first half, which is, or the first little bit of it, which is, up to Midgar. So basically up until remake. I'm trying my hardest not to take, remake into account for this game, because obviously there's different play style, different, everything's voice acted. It's much prettier, all that fun stuff. The one thing I will say, the jump that they take from 6 to 7 is kind of ridiculous.
Oh man, it's insane.
Because you're talking just like 2D graphics to 3D graphics, and then an actual storyline that is fleshed out, and you're not necessarily on rails, but I will have to say you're as on rails, I think, as you're gonna get with an FF game, like back in that day in the Midgar section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah, like I said when we were streaming it, that like Elmira, Aerith's mom, she gets a flashback segment where she gets more backstory than almost any, or like more character development than almost any character in any previous Final Fantasy game. Like, to get that much content, you'd be like a main character.
Yeah.
Like Terra and Celeste are probably the only ones in 6 who got that much stuff. In 5, I guess you had a couple, since there were only 5 people in the cast, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's crazy.
Technology.
I think about, like, imagine being there.
And weren't they
and,
kind of
like,
developing this at the same time as 6?
Yeah, like 7 had a few years of dev time. I'm not sure exactly. I will report back some other time.
6 had a long weekend.
That was it. 7 was in dev time for at least 3 to 4 years.
That's crazy.
Which back then was insane.
Well, even now that's kind
now
of
that's
insane.
normal.
Honestly,
I mean,
it's kind of insane now.
I mean, it's insane, but it's the average for a AAA video game.
Now they just are so excited to release that they're making a game that they're just like, here's a game that's not going to come out for 7 years.
Yep. Please keep interest in our franchise.
We got some info. Sorry.
Breaking news.
Final Fantasy VII was at the time one of the most expensive video game projects ever, costing an estimated US $40 million.
Nice.
Which, adjusted for inflation, came to $61 million in 2017.
Yo, that's crazy.
I think they spent a lot of money on marketing.
250 people on the dev team. They did. They spent insane amount of money on the.
That was their big thing.
So
it was the first one on PlayStation.
The other thing that's big is this is Nomura, right? This is his creation too, right?
He is one of the 4 people that are scenario slash.
He did all the character design though, if I remember, like for the main cast.
Yeah, he did almost the whole main cast.
So, but that just bleeds into why he had so much of that in Kingdom Hearts. Why Cloud and all these characters make it into Kingdom Hearts, and that's why you don't see Bart's or Sean _AFK or Celeste and Kingdom Hearts.
Can you imagine Celeste in Kingdom Hearts 2?
I think
Cool.
Aggro would be dead by now.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Well, and so another cool thing is like Final Fantasy IX, another one of those games that's in like that time period. I don't think he probably worked on like one character if I remember correctly, but that's why there's no FF9 in Kingdom Hearts, because they weren't like his babies, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. So, so like I said, we've played up until the leaving of Midgar. My thoughts on the game so far are good game. Like the cheats, because I'm just trying to mindlessly play this with my friends and do some fun voice acting. So I don't necessarily want something super challenging to play while I'm doing that. So I've had a really good time with the limit fights and everything like that. And so it's been a nice, just refreshing story too. I'm excited to see how it goes. We only know one big ginormous spoiler, so obviously they're supposed to have more stuff in it, right? That's not the only spoiler, right? Yeah, right? SP.
I'm sorry. I was watching a video yesterday We're not going to discuss what the spoiler is in case somebody is listening and doesn't know. But
No, I was the only
What,
person.
you don't want to spoil them again?
I was the only person that didn't know SB.
It's the spoiler. I was watching a video yesterday about a guy doing a first time playthrough, and he gets to that cutscene, and like his just like genuine like shock on his face. Like I'm sitting there, and I was like,
of that.
no, I'm serious. Like I was sitting there, and I was like, I feel so fucking stupid. Like we had the world set up for us. Like God, 20.
You'd have been like, Swarls, for this stream, you need to have a camera on.
Yeah, 27 years later, and like we find somebody who has not experienced that moment, and I fucking ruined it with a little offhanded comment. Like I'm so fucking.
Well, of course
mad.
we all know. No, SB. No, of course we don't.
I know. I'll never live it down. When I told Carissa after it first happened, I go, babe, I spoiled this for Swirls, and she goes, you guys haven't even started playing your game yet. Like I don't think we had started Final Fantasy 1 yet. And,
I think we might have at that point.
Maybe, but
we done like one session or something.
it was early on in Choco-Bros, and she was like,
because I remember it being like we had filmed at least a podcast because Agro asked me if I knew anything about Final Fantasy, and I said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. It was after we recorded our first episode.
So anyway, Annie so that SB would hear.
Anyway, I feel really stupid about it, and I'm sorry.
Okay, we're just never gonna let you forget.
Never live.
I will never forget. I'll be on my deathbed, and my kid will be, Dad, what was your biggest regret in life? I want to honor you.
I will have to say,
ruined it for Swarls.
This playthrough here though has been fun for me. I really like all the voice acting, considering we do have remakes, so we kind of have a little bit of voices to go off of. But then also kind of like adding in, like for Hojo, making it the Ultros voice.
Oh God,
that's been fun. Doing stupid things like that. I've been having a grand old time doing it. It's been a great time with the Choco homies.
I know I feel like every game since 4, I've said I really think this is the one that Swarls is gonna like really get into. But I think especially you already knowing a little bit about 7, and then also like it is just like out of the ones we've played so far, it's the best. You just can't argue that. You can, but we're not gonna get into that. But like this one is like the one that we've been looking forward to the most for you. You played a little bit of 7 remake. You played a little bit of 7. Like I don't know, just I feel like this is like setting up to like really dig its teeth into you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get Yuffie in my first playthrough, and I know that you have to do something special to get Euphis. So
yeah, you'll be getting Euphis Rufus.
Yeah, her and Vincent are optional characters in the original game,
but not for our playthrough.
We will be getting them as soon as they are able to be gotten.
To be gotten.
Yeah. To be gotten.
Be gotten.
But I think that my actual like the favorite part of this whole thing, comparative for like just like the playthrough that we've done, my favorite part was taking those stairs.
Oh God, the legendary line.
Just because SB, I really thought he was gonna read it at first, and I'm just yelling, screaming my voice off. Like I'm like, what?
I know that it was like I knew it was coming up. I've played this game a couple times, so like there was no part of me that was like gonna slip up. Like no faith in me.
Yeah, ye of little faith. But that I think just walking up the stairs too is hilarious. Well, Barrett and Tifa. Is it that funny in remake?
Oh, it's way better in remake.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So definitely a funny part, and then also just running around Wall Market trying to figure out what the heck I have to do just to get into stupid Corneo's place. And then OJ obviously coming in and voicing Corneo. That was awesome.
Thank you, OJ.
Good old Yosepi.
Shout out.
Yosepi Joshua.
But it was such a shout out, Noisy Pixel. If you guys want to get any scoops on anything for Final Fantasy, you definitely need to hit them up. Yeah. But it's just been a fun time. It's been a good time. We've only done this 3 streams, and it's just really flying by.
Not even. No, yeah, 3. You're right.
Because we cut it short on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We cut it short on Sunday.
3, and we're already there.
So,
and I think we're gonna be getting it pretty far next time.
Yeah, Sunday will be our next stream. We don't need to do any rankings this stream because we're not done with the game.
Oh no.
But I can guarantee you
No.
Cloud's going up really high.
Oh, Cloud's real good.
So, I mean, even just you know, it's just going to be, it's going to be
The thing
easy.
with 7 is, like, so we were doing the ranking for 6, and, like, 16 was at the top at the top for most of the things.
Mhm.
And Swirl, you're just kind of okay with that, I assume.
Yep.
Because,
Well,
you know,
what can I say?
What can you say? You can't say anything. But the thing is that and the two of us, me and SB, are just going, well, I mean, it's like 16's like, you know, it's not like a pixel game.
It's not
like,
amazing.
It's a cinematic, you know,
But
experience with dozens and dozens of hours of
Your
story.
It's like comparing a slice of American cheese to like Colby Jack. Like they're both really good and they both have their places, but like when you're thinking about like an artisan burger, like it's gonna have Colby Jack, right?
No.
I'm a pepper jack guy.
I'm
love
American,
on a burger.
American.
I love
Yes.
pepper jack.
I love pepper jack too, but I feel like I've never had it on a hamburger.
Brother, you need to open up your ear holes and listen to
should
me
try
right now.
that.
Pepper jack is gas.
I listen. I'm not disagreeing that pepper jack's great, but I feel like when I have a burger, it's like American cheese just melts right, you know?
A pepper jack is literally American cheese with spices in it, my dog.
No, it's not. That is
Yeah,
not true.
It is literally that.
But anyways, the point I was trying to make is that, like, this is the first game where it's not just safe to assume you'll be like, yeah, okay, 16's above it and whatever. And where we might go, no, this thing is from original 7 is better than this thing in the brand new AAA video game.
Yeah.
Pepper jack cheese is a delicious variant of the classic Monterey Jack cheese. That's not American cheese. I mean, it might be American grown. We grow our own cheese here. Anyway.
Man.
I'm just gonna let him keep going. We're turning into a cheese podcast, apparently.
Welcome back to the cheesy bros.
No, this is
don't say that.
this is SB's cheese talk.
This is SB's cheese.
Let's do the new segment where we
Okay.
talk about a new type of cheese every
So,
week.
pepper jack cheese
You gotta get a wheel of Parmesan next.
It's a semi-soft cow's milk cheese that has an open texture and a spicy taste. The spicy
All right.
kick
Well, hey, I think
comes
I'm good right there.
peppers.
I love you guys, and you know what? Have a great rest of the have a
man.
great rest of your day.
Okay.
You know,
I'm not
follow
done
us
talking about
on
cheese.
follow us on
No.
socials. Follow us on YouTube. Choco,
I still have
the
many
Choco
things to
Dash
This was
Bros.
a Gouda episode.
You know, we're out of here.
Episode.
This is no. I'm not done talking about
No.
cheese. No,
Okay,
really.
I want to talk about the Final Fantasy 7, guys.
I'll stop
I
talking
love
about
Final
cheese.
Fantasy 7.
I mean, if SB says cheese one more time, I'm just leaving the call.
I will not talk about cow's milk cultured and spiced with different products.
Well, he didn't say it, so.
He didn't say it.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 7, right? The bombing mission.
Bum,
Let me
bum.
tell you, was still one of the best intros in any video game.
It's pretty good.
Like the
I
bombing mission, it gets you right in there.
it gets you into the action, but I think for me personally, remake's gonna do that better.
Oh yeah, remake just does it better, no question.
Yeah.
But still, like,
And I mean, Jessie, I just wish she didn't die.
oh yes, rip,
R.I.P. My love.
R.I.P. You'll get to see her again in remake.
Oh, dude, it's
When I
that's-
see you again.
But what else you
What?
got on Final Fantasy VII, Mr. Aggro?
Final Fantasy 7 is a very good video game. Was there any other moment that really stood out to you for your first time playthrough, Swarls?
I love Red. I love Red 13. And for us, instead
Yeah.
of saying Red 13, we just said Red for the for the actual title because that's what you need to call him. I love
Yeah.
Red. Red is gotta be. He's got.
what they'll be calling him in remake too.
It's gonna be a great. I'm excited. I love the dog aspect, the little pupper. But I'm really excited for where this is gonna go to because again, this is kind of something I've played. Oh, the other thing, I really like Reno as a character. I don't know why, but Reno is such an interesting character to me, and I think it's because I watched Advent Children, and he has such a big role in Advent Children.
Yeah, for some reason they went are the characters who need the most amount of screen time in Advent Children. First Cloud, then Tifa, right? And
Yep.
then who needs the most amount after that? You think Barrett
Nope.
or anyone? No, Reno. For some reason.
Yep. So I really liked the meeting of. Granted, I think Cloud should have died instead of somehow surviving a fall through a building and onto flowers.
Don't worry about it.
But
They're special flowers.
okay.
Special flowers.
But yeah, like there's a lot of moving parts.
Oh,
Like,
I
a
also
lot of
already
characters.
called something. I won't say what the call is, but if you want to go look for it, it's literally me freaking out about a certain
I
thing
remember
that
what
I
you're
feel
talking
like
about,
I
yeah.
called.
I'm curious. Okay, SB and me will say nothing. No words will be said until Swarls picks a new topic after he's done saying it.
Okay.
What do you want to say / think?
Oh, the voice inside your head is Zach. This is literally what I put it together. It's gotta be. I mean, that makes the most sense. So I mean, it makes the most sense to me. I feel like I've nailed it right on the head. And if it's not, it's SP's mom.
I think I'm not gonna say anything about your thoughts. I think it's interesting that you can have that theory because you know who Zach is going into it, right? Like,
Well, I played Birth by Sleep.
but that's yeah, but like that. But that's what I'm saying is like putting yourself in the shoes of 1997. You're like, who the fuck is this? Like, is this Cloud talking? But you at least have some backstory about who characters in the world of FF7 are. So
Yeah.
you can at least you can start drawing your own conclusions. So I think it's interesting that you're starting to do that already.
I mean, it's the best guess I got right now. Because I mean that, like I said, it's either Zach
It's an interesting one.
or SP's mom.
My
I mean,
mom.
that's not a bad guess either.
I was 2 years old when FF7 came out. I might have been like 1.5. It depends when in the year it came out. But
1993, right? No,
7.
1987.
But my mom was alive, and I mean, my mom is still alive. She's still with us.
What?
But my
Dear
mom
gosh.
also was alive in 1997. So it could be my mom. She could have known somebody at Square.
True.
Shout out
Well,
to my mom.
I have some. I'm not gonna lie. This game, if I were to rate this first half right here, or this first third, whatever you want to call it, I'd probably
Section.
give it a nice, like, 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, but I'm really looking forward to more in depth of what's going on here. It's kind of like the setup. I feel like. So you're
Oh
not.
yeah, for sure.
It's supposed
It's
to.
the intro of the game.
If
supposed
you
to draw
like
you
this, if you like this, you're gonna love the rest of it. Like, no doubt.
So I'm really excited to see what else we get out of it. And again, you guys, you're killing me. We really wanted to know who your favorite. We'll keep it going. Who's your favorite character from FF6? Someone please tweet us. I know you're out there. I know you're listening.
Please,
Someone please.
Mike.
They have my wife.
I have
They
a gun
have
against
my
my head
wife.
in a
They
video
won't
game.
let her back.
They have his dogs. They have Sunny, Money, Bunny, and Jeff.
Honey is okay. Honey's fine.
Yeah, Honey's fine. That's because
she's-
Honey's with me.
What? No.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but
Put her on.
no, we gotta close out of the podcast. Then we can do that this week. Gosh.
Okay.
So make certain you guys follow us on those social medias, the Choco-Bros pod, and then make certain that you go follow us and subscribe on the YouTubes. I think that one
I'll
is
try
the
uploading
Choco-Bros.
more often.
Yep.
That's correct. The Choco-Bros.
The
Videos will
Choco-Bros.
Maybe possibly be uploading sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's
Aggro,
okay,
you're a
Aggro.
busy person. We're fine with it.
Yeah, you're busy, my friend.
I
But-
played 45 hours of Tekken. I could spare the time if
It's
I wanted
fine.
to.
It's fine. But Swirls, if they want to watch Final Fantasy VII live, where can they do that?
FinalFantasy7.com.
Okay.
And
What
also,
happens
I guess, twitch.tv/SwarlzBarkley72 on Sundays and Tuesdays. We may be adding a day. Stay tuned.
We may be adding a day. Stay tuned. Anything else, boys?
Become good?
FinalFantasy7.com is a real website.
It is.
Oh, nice. Did it take you to like Final Fantasy 7, or did it take you to like something bad?
No, actual Final Fantasy 7.
Did you
Final
do?
Fantasy 7.square-enix-game-games.com.
Did you do? I'm there also, but did you? I wonder. Let me see. Final
Alright.
Fantasy
I
VII.
did the number 7. What happens if you?
VII takes you to GoDaddy. You
Well,
can. We can buy
I'll now
Final
type
Fantasy.
in the word 7.
We can buy Final Fantasy VII.com. How much is it? All right, we're gonna figure it out.
You know
I might
what?
buy it.
you know, it was cheese to meet you all. You guys have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one.
It's only $2,000.
Yo!
Please leave that in.